If you love to create beautiful three-dimensional florals that have that handmade look, you are in the right spot. Today we're going to be creating with the newly launched digital version of the Delightful Daisies. If you have not created with these have been an all-time favorite of mine and many crafters. This launched in 2015 as an original stamp and die combination. So I'm absolutely delighted to have this back in a digital download version. So again, this is the Delightful Daisies. Let's take a close-up look at what we will be creating together, learning multiple techniques, including various ways that you can, use that multi-colored look using 3 different ink colors, which is absolutely beautiful. Then we're going to be doing a shaping technique, layering, glittering, all that fun stuff. So if you and I have not met, my name is Emma Lou with Heartfelt Creations. I am absolutely delighted to share my top tips on how you can create handmade flowers with digital downloads. Yes, you heard that correct. You can create beautiful handmade flowers with digital downloads. So what you'll do first is you'll go to our website at heartfeltcreations.us. You purchase your digital download and then you choose to print it. You can choose to print it in the black version, or you can switch up the colors to the color you want to print it in. You can size it different sizes and then you can print, you can digitally cut it out or hand cut it out and then start creating. So that's what I did up to this point is I had those printed out. We cut those out and then they are ready for coloring. Now, if you need tips on how to do that with your machine or how to get started, let us know in the comments and we can give you a link to a video of my recommendations. But first of all, today we are going to focus on how you can take this beautiful image and make it into that handmade floral that we all love. So I'm going to start out using the pink peony, and we're going to color the entire base of that flower. More what I'm focused on is kind of in the center to get that light pink peony color. Now you could have also printed on a cardstock that was colored if you wanted to. So there's lots of variations just based on how you decide to do this. Now for the center, I switched this out and I reverted to a vibrant fuchsia. And we're just going to go in what I kind of call a circular motion in the beginning. I'll try to kind of lift away so that my hand does not just block the camera too much for you. But we're going to go ahead and just go do these light flicks upward there in the center. And then we're going to go ahead and add a third color, which is the cactus flower. If you do multicolor combinations, it really gives it a nice blended look that I absolutely love. Now, if you are joining me watching, let me know where you're watching from and let me know what you love about creating these handmade dimensional florals. The very end, we're going to learn how to cluster these together on just a piece of cardstock so you can kind of see how to make a bouquet with it. And then you could, this is another one that I had created, and this one I clustered together on a piece of cardstock that then is just ready to add to a card, or you could, use them separately. So you get to decide how you want to do this. Now, when I go back to add the color around the top edges, you can add as much or as little color as you want of that third size. That is totally up to you. With this, I just love when you do multicolored options. And it really makes it look so lifelike. I know here where we live, we're in Indiana, we have beautiful florals. We're like right at the height of summer. June is one of our favorite months around here. It's beautiful, it's nice and warm, and we have just beautiful flowers surrounding us. I know depending on where you're at in the world, you might have an opposite season right now. But the beautiful thing is we can create and make flowers bloom indoors all year round regardless of the season, right? And that's the beauty of creating. So, one of the things about creating is, if you have an evening where you'd like to create something but your creative ideas are sluggish, you don't quite know where to get started, one of the things I like to do is just have a bunch of these flowers all printed, all cut out and ready to add to ready to be colored and shaped. So that kind of helps to spark my creativity. I'm going to go back into the center and just add a little bit of that cactus flower in there as well. But when you start and you just create some flowers in colors that you know that you're going to be using a lot, it really makes that you have those flowers that are just laying around waiting for a project. So if you have a last minute birthday, if you have a last minute wedding or something like that that comes up this summer, you have something you can utilize very quickly. So there's that beautiful flower. So I had stamped a bunch of these and I've put them together. I was just having the time of my life creating these and making them all sparkly and all that fun stuff that comes with that. So with this, once you are finished coloring them, you are ready to shape them. Now for this one, I did use 3 of the same size when I was creating with this, so you can use a tip that works for you. If you are doing the smaller flowers, you'll want to have a smaller tip, but for this one I'm just using the handle of the stylus, so you can kind of play around with some of your tools that you have in your caddy right in front of you probably, but I just give a gentle squeeze with both of my fingers of the opposite hand, and that gives it a nice kind of upright, kind of curled petal for that delightful daisy. This one is one of those beautiful flowers that I call an all-time classic. There are, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sizes that it comes with, but remember when you have the digital downloads, you can make these larger, you can make them smaller, you can do all sorts of fun things with that. Now, once I'm done with this, let's move this around so you can see that better. I keep this hand away from it so that I'm not touching it, and I just go back around and around in a circle and pop that up until that is the popped up to the size that I want it to be. Next up is going to be layering and gluing these together. This one, it looks like I didn't do that in the center yet, so let's go ahead and do that. So the first, excuse me, the first 2 layers, I pretty much, this one seems like it's kind of the flattest, so I'm going to put that to the bottom. I'm going to put this on top. We'll bring in our hot glue gun and just do a circle of glue at the base, and we'll offset this front layer, and instead of using my fingers to go in the center how you normally would like to do, I will just gently tap the center with my stylus, and that will give it those 2 layers. Okay, so this is how that will look with just 2 layers, but I like to have it a little bit fuller. So what I'll do is I'll go and I will have that kind of pulled up. You could have colored the back side too if you wanted to, but what we'll go ahead and do is just do a circular motion, and then we're going to go ahead and press down in the middle, and your flower is coming together. I just love, love, love how this turns out. Look at that. Like, this is so pretty. So if you've been standing in the sidelines and you've gotten sideswiped by hearing just the word digital, just know that digital just means it's a tool in your craft room so that you can download and get those images to you ASAP, today versus a week from now. So basically what you'll do is you'll purchase, you'll download, and then you can print it. You can print it in the black, color it, or if you want to, you can learn how to switch those black to colored images. And then you can print it, you can cut it out with your digital machine, or you can scissor cut it out and color it like I showed you. Now all that's left is adding that glitter and all the fun stuff that comes with that. So let me grab my glitter and the frills, and then we will get started creating those. I left those up here behind me. So for this one, we are going to start out first by using the crystal clear. This is something that we carry as a crafting essential. So if you don't have this, this is like a chunky glitter that I use all the time. Like, it is one of my crafting besties. And I'm also using this hydro sponge. This is a cheap hydro sponge we carry that I utilize all the time. You'll see me using it a lot with adding my glitters very quickly and very easily. So what I want you to do is take your dry's clear glue, and you'll put a nice dollop of that glue right on that sponge. And make sure that you do a generous amount, because the more you do, the more glitter will apply to your flower, the more generous that's going to look. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sponge around those edges and get those flowers in the back. I don't try to press down too much from the center, but just kind of grab it like you're taking a bite off the flower on the side, and that will give you a nice amount of glue. Then we'll sprinkle the glitter over it. This is that sparkly, chunky glitter, and it just makes it look so pretty in real life. I wish you could see this in person, but I guess we'll just have to make do with seeing it via camera. So I'll put this to the side, and next up is our prills. The prills is a mini, it's not a pearl. They come in different sizes, which is what makes it so perfect for your flower centers. So this one that I'm using today is called, let's see, what is this one called? This one is called Mini Pearls. This is a color we carry on our website as well, but it has different sizes, so it makes it really nice for a flower center. So when you go to do this, you can use the Dries Clear glue or your hot glue gun. Today I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and we're just going to put a nice puddle, like just a nice round circle right in the center of this flower. And I have my tip kind of lifted up a little bit so that I can just kind of lift, and then we are ready to dump our pearls in the middle. Isn't that just the prettiest thing ever? Like these flowers, I feel like making flowers is kind of like a mini crafting therapy session. It just instantly is a mood brightener. So if you feel a little bit down, out, you just go into your craft room and you make these little beauties, and I think you will be surprised at how quickly these shift the mood in your room. Now that glue was pretty well mounted up, so it wanted to slide a little bit. So I just flipped it over to the other side so it doesn't slide around too much. So just kind of watch that when you do a nice big puddle of glue, but then you can just lay that aside to dry, and you are ready to rock and roll with that. I'm going to bring in a piece of paper that we're going to use to just glue and assemble these flowers to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start by gluing the flower we just created to this piece of cardstock. And what all I'm trying to do is just show you how you can start to create and assemble flowers like this. This is something that some of you are sometimes like, well, why would you do that? Well, this is just a basic way of showing you how to create a cluster of flowers, and if you can imagine yourself doing this on a card, you can totally do that too. But my next step is doing the leaves. The leaves I had just done in a leaf green coloring, and then the fern green. And these leaves come in two sizes, and they do come with that Delightful Daisy download. So if you don't have this yet, you can click on the links that we've provided, or you can go to our website at heartfeltcreations.us and just type in Delightful Daisy in the search box, and that will pop right up for you. So what you can do is next up is just add 2 leaves in there. So that starts to kind of anchor. And typically what I do is I start with 2 of the largest leaves, and I might do them not quite on the opposite side of each other, but a little bit catty corner, okay? Do you just see how pretty that's starting to look? I just love, love, love how that's turning out. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and we'll add some glue to the back of this one, and we'll pop this one to the side there. And then I will cluster this one in the side here. Now I did 2 leaves. And then I kind of let it go for a little bit, and I come back and add my others in there then as I kind of go along with it, okay? So we're just going to go here, and I might do another little one over here on this side, kind of up there in that leaf. And then we'll go ahead and we'll pull this leaf. Oops, sorry, that glue gun is totally blocking you right there. So here we go. You can see how that one looks in here. And then we'll go ahead and pull this leaf, kind of scrunch it together, and we are going to add this right in the center here. And we'll just kind of pop that in. So now you have a leaf coming out in this section, and then we'll go back. We'll add a little flower in this section, and if you have one that is left over, you could always, add this in here. You could add it in here, which I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to have kind of, looks like a mini triangle coming down, but I typically kind of find that I like this shape. And then you can always add your leaves, more leaves, less leaves, however many you want. You can pick these leaves apart, and you can do many different things with them, which I absolutely love. So this one is a little bit smaller, just coming out the back, and then I'm going to pull this one together, and we'll add this to the side. And you know what? In no time, you have this beautiful cluster of leaves and flowers that you can use however you want, along with these glue strands. Just a quick tip, if you have glue strands all over from doing something like I just showed you, all you have to do is just use your heat gun and those will melt away and you won't see them again. So next up, all you have to do is just, if you wanted to, because you want something that is just pretty, you can clip away that background piece of paper that you just used. And you have this cluster of flower all hanging together like best friends, ready to be used on a project. And I find that if I have clusters like this laying around, these really inspire me for projects. And you can always separate these again if you wanted to, if you want to. And quite, you know, in my cabinet right here on the side beside me, I have a lot of loose flowers. So oftentimes that's what I do, but I do like to show you on occasion how you can cluster those together without any background hindering you, so that you can kind of see the basics of how I start with a large, add my large leaves, and then cluster the small ones around it. So you can make it as big, as small as you want. Now, one thing that's really pretty about the daisy is today we did this daisy in a very three-dimensional format with 3 layers. It's very pretty with just 1 layer. So you get to choose how high you, or 3D you create this, or how much you just let it be more one-dimensional with 1 layer. But either way, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous flower that can be used in so many different ways. It can be used in so many different color combinations. And I can't wait for you to experience the joy of creating with this one via the digital downloads. If you don't have yours yet, you can go to the website, you can pay full price for it, but we do have an insider membership that most crafters go with. It's only $12.99 a month, and so it's basically the cost of 2 of your favorite beverages. But here's what you get with the Insider membership. You save 40% on all digital downloads. You get a 20% discount on all crafting essentials we ship to you, plus free shipping on any order size. And here's something crafters do the happy dance about. You get access to all 50 online classes we have. They're 2 hours in length. They're all valued at $30, so that's a $1,500 value. And I guide you through in those classes like a GPS, helping and equipping you to create projects that you thought were impossible. So I've had thousands of crafters take these classes, and they in the beginning were like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could do this. Have you ever felt like that? And as they step through, because you can watch, you can pause, you can do it with a video, and you can go through it. And you know, sometimes like a GPS, we don't know where we're going, but with a guide, if you follow along, you'll get there, which is so beautiful. So become an Insider member, and you will be on your way to creating these beautiful, beautiful flowers I just showed you. I get those delightful daisies and have the time of your life creating them in so many different color combinations and plastering them all over your projects. No, there's no such thing of using them too much. They bring so much joy, and if you just need a therapy session, just go make these. You will leave your craft room a different person. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I can't wait to share some more creative inspiration with you. I will be back here next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Until then, happy crafting, and I'd like to see what you create. You can do that by sharing your projects with us right here on social media.